Hi, everyone. Jacqueline Kuhn here with JacquelineKuhn.com, powered by Angels, with a December video extra. Angels and Astrology video extra is how I fill in the gaps between the major changes of seasons of astrology and archangels. And what I'm going to cover today, I'm going to do something a little differently that I haven't done before. This week, there aren't a lot of planetary shifts, but there will be later in December. And so I thought I would spend a little time talking about what to expect in December. For those of you who don't know me, I am a psychic healer and coach located in the far northwest suburbs of Chicago. I do readings and sessions virtually as well as in person in the Chicagoland area. My website is all the appropriate information, and I would love to work with you should you have any questions on this or anything else related. Just to give you a recap of the archangels, there are 15 of them that are generally agreed upon as being the dominant archangels that are in the light. 3 of them, Michael, Raphael, and Haniel, are the overseers. They have major powers. Michael, our protector, Raphael, the healer, Haniel, feminine intuition, and divine feminine energy. All of the rest of the archangels have been aligned with the Zodiac. Their properties, what they bring, and the Zodiac, what the energy of the Zodiac have been matched. And it is generally recognized that Ariel is in Aries, Shemuel Taurus, all the way through to Uriel for Aquarius and Pisces for Sandalphon. And so what you're going to see throughout this presentation and all of my videos, if you become a subscriber and watch many of them, is how I will tie the energy of the astrology to the archangel and help you amplify the energy by using the archangel, as well as using the archangels to help you when the energy may be a bit more challenging. So the archangels can be used in both ways. The key this month is going to be really interesting. The giant retrograde energy that we've had for the past few months is going away. At the moment, I believe it's only 3 planets that are in retrograde, and then one less in a couple of weeks. But we are going to have opposing energies. And so even though we're not in a major retrograde cycle right now, there are energies that are opposing. And in December, it's really going to be adventure versus discipline. When do we go off and do adventurous things? When do we have discipline to get our work done? Ambition versus compassion. Want to close out the year, want to make sure you have a successful year, but how do you show compassion? What kind of giving, time for others, etc.? How do you balance that? Optimism versus empathy. This is a hard one because the Sagittarian energy is really all about optimisticness, but we also have some other energy this month that's really more about empathy. And it's hard to have empathy when you're an optimist, or when you have because people might not be feeling really good, right? There are a lot of people who struggle through the holidays. And how do you maintain your optimism while showing empathy for what someone else is going through? That's always a challenge, especially during the Christmas holiday season. Individuality versus nurturing. We do have the Pluto and Aquarius energy, which is all about individuality, and we've got some Cancer energy, which is all about nurturing. So how do we remain individuals while nurturing those around us and those who need it? And then the last opposing energy is taking advantage of the creativity that comes from Sagittarius season with the authenticity that comes from having some planets in Pisces and Capricorn. How do you be creative and authentic? And this is why one of the reasons why I make sure that you can see my face while I record these videos and talk to you, so you know it's me and not an AI. And most people can tell the difference, but I want to make sure that you see that there's a person behind this, and this is my work, right? That is my authenticity. And I try to be as creative as possible, but you want to make sure you balance that this month particularly as well. And especially thinking about next year, AI is powerful and can be used, but how do you make sure that using AI to become more creative, you remain your authentic voice, right? So creativity versus authenticity is going to probably be a theme that we see a lot of in 2026. Before we go further, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you don't already. That's the way whenever I land something new and different, you'll get a notification if you turn your notifications on. Our next Tarot Tuesday, which is a free card pull, will be December 16th. I will also have, during that live session, a glimpse into some 2026 predictions. At my new store at the Painted Tree in Killdeer, I have 2 classes this month on the 13th and the 21st. They are both free. You can message me for more information. And as you can see here, my storefront is all ready for Archangel Raguel season, but the exact same merchandise is available online. Everything can be found on my website, or just message me to get specific questions answered. So this is what to expect in December. This is where all the planets will be throughout the month. Until the 21st, the sun is in Sagittarius, and then it's going to be in Capricorn, and it will remain direct in Capricorn through the end of the month. So as you can see here, we've got very few retrogrades. With Neptune turning direct on December 10th, we will only have 2 retrogrades left in Jupiter and Uranus, both slower moving planets. So while it's retrograde, the big blocking energy that you may have been feeling the last few months is going to be lifted, with a focus on Capricorn energy very heavily, Pisces energy, some Taurus, Cancer, and Aquarian energy. So this is going to be a very different feel month. And it's great because this is a month where we want to close out our year. We want to have a good Christmas, Hanukkah, holiday season. And we want to, go into the next year feeling very energized. And we've got some really good energies here that can help us do that and springboard us into 2026. With this key energy, come the 6 archangels that really are a part of the energy of these signs. So when we look at Sagittarius, which is going to dominate the month, right? The Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars are all going to be there at some point. That's Archangel Raguel. He's all about relationships. So especially the first half of the month, excuse me, oh my gosh, especially the first half of the month, we are in Sagittarius season, and that is Archangel Raguel, and relationships on all levels, mental, emotional, physical, are going to be highlighted, because that's kind of what happens in this Sagittarian season with Archangel Raguel. And then as we shift to Capricorn season, Capricorn is all about structure and discipline and transitions, old to new, long-term planning and goals, right? We end one year, start another year. That's Archangel Azrael, the archangel that helps us end things and begin things and transition and move us and help us move to what is new and what we need to be new. And then while Jupiter is retrograde in Cancer, that's all about Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is the archangel for not only communication, but also family. And so while Jupiter is in retrograde, and perhaps you've got some family stuff you're going to be dealing with this month, or you have, other communication challenges, you can call on Archangel Gabriel. Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. This is where the finances and the material stuff are going to come into play. And again, Uranus is a slow-moving planet. It's going to be in retrograde in Taurus for quite a while. And so it's really a reevaluation of those things that are all Taurian, right? This is material, worldly things to put in place so that when that lifts and when we go into Taurus season, we're financially stable. And that's Archangel Shamuel. He can help you find ways to balance budgets, create wealth, make sure you have that material security without compromising your spiritual side, your morality, your ethics, etc. And then with Neptune being direct in Pisces, it will move direct mid-month, or actually next week, actually. And that is Archangel Sandalphon, right? He is our archangel for Pisces with creativity and intuition and, you know, connecting a little deeper with the divine. And we don't talk about Chiron much, but I did want to mention that Chiron is retrograde in Aries. This actually is like a revisiting of healing and independence and identity and who we are on this earth, right? And that's Mother Earth, that's Aries. So that's Archangel Ariel. And so there's a little bit of this also while Chiron is retrograde in Aries. I know I don't talk about it much, but there is this inner healing that is going on at the same time that the rest of this happens. Now, I will be landing individual angel and astrology videos when Mercury and for the change in Mercury and Neptune on about December 10th, December 15th, the Mars change, the 20th, the Capricorn season, Venus, winter solstice, and all things about that. And then at the end of the year, I will have a manifesting video for 2026, along with maybe a couple of key things to look for. I hate to say predictions, but there probably are a few predictions and just peeks into the future of what we can expect. With that, I am going to pull some Archangel Oracle cards to give you a message from the Archangels for the collective that's watching this video. What do you need to hear between today, December 5th, and the next video that I will record, which will be about December 10th? So from the 5th to the 10th, what message do the archangels have for you that you need to hear? Three of them just popped, and I will have to go pick that up. And those that popped they're great messages. Oh my gosh. So let's see. We will start with Archangel Raphael, our divine healer. And he's sending us the message of a healthy lifestyle, a really good reminder at this season when there are a lot of food gifts, a lot of sweets, a lot of baking going on. Remember that a healthy lifestyle is key to your spiritual goals. Healthy body, healthy mind, healthy spirit, and Archangel Raphael is here to remind us to remain healthy during this season of parties and eating. Archangel Chamuel is coming front and center as well. We have some of his energy I mentioned with the retrograde in Taurus, but he's basically saying that he's here to help you with your spiritual relationships, right? He's here to help you with those relationships and the spiritual side of them. And then it's Archangel Michael, our protector. You are safe. He is protecting you against lower energies, guarding you and your loved ones. So know that you are safe, you are protected. Lots of stuff is going on in the world around you, but you can always call on Archangel Michael to protect you and keep you safe and in his care. With that, I will sign off, and I will be talking to you in a few days when I record the next transits on or about December 10th. Until then, be safe, be well, and be at peace. Bye for now.